The National Association of Music Merchants 2014, Namm, took place at the Anaheim Convention Center in January. There was warm weather and clear sunny skies all weekend long. I attended Namm for MetalRules.com, bumping into all kinds of metal musicians and gear manufacturers. I interviewed the musicians themselves, but also the people behind the sound, the companies who make the gear that metal bands proudly and loudly use. Metal has clearly inspired so many of today's greatest musicians.
Black Sabbath. My dad used to play Black Sabbath albums when I was growing up, and I'd hear the guitars and, say I want to do that.
Metal was the first music that I felt like I was part of something different.
Starting with basses, I talked to Alex Webster of Cannibal Corpse about Spector's instruments.
Spector basses, they made a really great signature bass for me, and there's a couple new models of it down at the Spector booth if you want to check that out later.
Stuart Spector here at the Namm show with our special limited edition Alex Webster model. This is the limited edition Zombie Blood model, which Alex is playing.
So I wanted to really make sure that my basses look metal. Metal, I love all different kinds of metal, and that's been my life, is death metal. My whole musical career has really been playing death metal, so I want the bass to reflect that, and I really do think it has a good, what kind of music you're going to play on this instrument when you see it.
Many big gun artists signed at the Samson Hartke booth, as these manufacturers provide the power when it comes to sound for metal.
Our cabinets over here, the metal guys love. This right here is the Geezer Butler amplifier. This is what Geezer uses with Sabbath right now. He's been using it since the band reformed. David Ellison from Megadeth uses this entire rig actually, the high drive 810 cabinet. It's a 2,000 watt cabinet, so it's powerful and it can hold the power of metal. Geezer, Frank Bello, JD DeServio from Black Label Society, Rex Brown from Pantera, Bob Zilla from Hell Yeah, and the list just keeps going on and on. Grammy-nominated producer Jay Rustin, he did Anthrax's Worship Music. He just did the new Steel Panther record. He's done a lot of different records, Stone Sour, the last two Stone Sour records. He primarily mixes on all Samson gear. He's a big Samson studio monitor advocate.
I've been with Samson for years now. It goes back to the microphones. I've been using the drum mic pack on probably about the last 4 albums I've done, Sonic Stomp 1 and 2, Adrenaline Mob's Omerta, Coverta. I've also used them on our new Men of Honor album.
Lace Pickups, a family-owned maker of guitar pickups, is proudly used by Bill Kelliher and Brent Hinds of Mastodon.
When Jared from Lace came to me, he just kept hounding me, you gotta try these pickups, I knew nothing about them, and I didn't know who the hell they were, but I was like, well, I'll put them in my guitars and see how they sound. And once I put them in, they sound really good. They sound almost like an EMG with some soul without the batteries.
Our roster keeps growing on our push for metal. We kind of decided that metal was our target, that we were going to go after the players.
I checked them out and I really liked them. Great. So, as far as the technical side goes, it sounded good to me. So, and they gave me a pair for free, so I was like.
To get a heavy crushing sound, Josh Elmore of Cattle Decapitation uses Morley pedals.
This huge cartoon image of the guy with the pedals as feet, and that kind of always stuck with me. They have this off and on optic sensor to where you don't have to push a button and kind of lean into it. It's literally you take your foot off the pedal, it's spring loaded, it stops.
I was lucky enough to catch Shredder's Jeff Loomis and Keith Merrow at Schecter.
Keith and I have a project going on right now called Conquering Dystopia, and part of the reason we're at Namm here this year is because we're showcasing our new guitars, but plus we're showcasing new songs from this record. We're also having a performance at the Grove of Anaheim on Saturday with Kill Devil Hill and Black Label Society. And big things are happening, so we are very fortunate to be here on behalf of Schecter Guitars.
This is Keith Merrow's new signature guitar. We signed him this year, and it has the hip shot bridge, Seymour Duncan Sentient Nazgul pickups. But a really cool thing that he did, him as a rhythm player, he moved the bridge pickup closer to the bridge so it has a brighter, more punchy attack.
The convention drew quite an interesting crowd. Cece of Black Veil Brides gave a rundown of drum gear he proudly uses.
Here to definitely see DW drums. They hooked me up with a sick kit. Vader drumsticks, they're the ones that got me in the show, so gotta go see them. Meinl cymbals, Evan drum heads, and D-drum electronics. And that's it. I don't know. Monster energy drink. Gotta get that energy. All of it.
Doyle and Piggy D are fans of Dean Markley strings.
I used Dean Markley strings because I was looking for strings, and there was a guy sleeping in the hay on the cover, and I wanted to be that guy.
Are you now that guy?
I am that guy. I sleep in the hay.
Fede Pavlovic from Italian metal band Distrage loves his Sonor drums.
Okay, so I've been a huge Sonor fan since I was a little kid, like 9-10 years old. I got in touch for the first time with a Sonor designer kit, and that was like love at first, you know.
There was plenty of fun at the convention, but I asked artists for some good stories from being on tour.
I don't know how it happened. There was a hole in the stage, and it just like opened up, and I fell through it, and I was like halfway sticking out of it, and somebody had to come help me out of it. So, yeah.
One time after a show in London, I was going out to talk to some fans, and a bat shit in my hair.
The bus broke down in a really dangerous turn in a tunnel, and just cars are flying 80 miles an hour, and you know, myself and Russ and Portnoy and Moyer, we're on the sidewalk with like blankets, and it's freezing.
I end up just taking all my clothes off and running out in the snow naked, and and like our tour manager had to send someone to get me. So I mean, you never know what you're gonna get, you know. Mama always told me you can tell a lot by looking at a person's shoes.
And some are working on exciting new ventures.
I'm working on my edible guitar picks that I'm making right now. Hard to keep around. They're good. They taste good. Yeah. It's like a bag of chips, like trying to play guitar with a bag of chips.
Monty Pittman, metal player and guitarist for Madonna, uses D'Addario strings only.
I'm here to see D'Addario strings. I'm with them. That's the only strings that I've ever used that have not broken. I've tried every other brand of string, and at one point in time it would break on stage, and that's not cool. So, but D'Addario or one company that they make great acoustic strings and great electric strings.
2 years ago we set out to drastically improve our manufacturing and plating processes, to experiment with new methods to make what we already expect out of our XL strings better. And that's what we've got here today, and you can actually see these are our beta packages. They are kind of low-key right now, but you'll see them coming out March 1st. The idea behind them is literally the world's strongest string.
Bjorn Englund of Dio Disciples and Soul Sign plays Carvin basses.
It's a great company. All they make is high-quality products. It's all made in the United States, and they're all good people. I have really good relationships with all of them, and it's been really nice. So I've always been really comfortable working with not just the products, but the company.
At Seymour Duncan, I ran into Alex Skolnick of Testament and Dino Cazares of Fear Factory.
The Seymour Duncan pickups just feel very much alive. They're organic. They don't need a lot of processing.
What I love about Seymour Duncan is that it has many options.
While Namm was full of music artists and manufacturers of all kinds, metal was a dominating force in all corners, proving as always that metal rules.
Ciao raga, sono Fede Pavlovic dei Destrage e voi state guardando metalrules.com.
And Metal Rules.
Hey, what's up? This is CC from Black Veil Bride. And what's up to metalrules.com.
I'm Sam. You're Matt. I'm Matt. We are Xanthochroid. And we love metalrules.com. Metal there on a daily basis. They review our album. We love them. She's pretty cute anyway, so whatever you want us to say, we'll say. 100%.
Till next year at Namm.